This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god, yes!
I'll pick Andrew Garfield.
Peter 3.
Peter 3. I believe I put that on.
Ooh, that comic book filter.
This green ball?
This green tennis ball is Vecna, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
All right, we're gonna get right into this. First off, a sweater reveal.
Oh, here we go. Drum roll.
Oh no!
Wow! In my Hallmark movie era, hell yeah! That's
I felt
awesome.
It was very suiting for today. It was my Christmas gift from my friend Heather. Thank you.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to Heather.
Hell yeah! But yes, hi Cinema Peeps. Whew.
Happy New Year, Cinema Peeps.
Happy New Year. I was actually sweating a little bit. That's why I had to do the sweater reveal. I told Kendra, I was like, you can't look at it yet. You can't.
Yes, it was a genuine reaction from me as well.
Applause. But yes, we hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a smashing New Year. You know, first month in, we know it's rough, but we're here.
Oh yeah.
And we're here to recap all the Hallmark goodness we experienced.
Yeah.
Did Kaylee, in fact, watch 4 Hallmark films 2 days before doing this? Is she sure fucking did?
On brand. On brand.
My mom was like, really? And I was just like, shh. I'm in my Hallmark era. Don't bother me. But yes, we've been teasing this, I think, for the past month, I guess now, maybe? I don't remember. Time's a construct. But yeah, we're gonna do a tier list of our favorites. We'll give you a little introduction to the list in just a second. We're in true fashion, we'll try our best not to, if we've already reviewed a film, we won't try to, do a 20-minute recap of it.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep it short and sweet, but it's us, baby.
Yeah. We
It's
like to
us.
talk about movies, so.
Right? You can't blame us for that. You can't
Sorry,
fault
not
us
sorry.
for it. Oh, we did it!
We did it!
But yes, this is our, I guess I could have changed the title, but listen, it's my first time using it. I know everyone else has done it. I don't know how to use these things. I'm old, okay? I'm old. But yes, this is our beautiful tier list. So starting with the top here is as always, our dark horse picks. So there'll only be 2 up here. It'll be whatever films that we were very impressed with. We had no expectations and they kind of blew us away.
Yes.
Next up is our shining star.
Yes.
Obviously, we will know what's going to go there. But yes, these are the films that we were like, this is top notch, cream of the crop, and highly will be our rewatchable films for now until the end of time.
Yes.
Then we have our little Christmas tree one. And these ones, they're all still good. They're great, Maybe they had a couple bumps and stuff, but they're still overall, we were pleasantly surprised. We were pleasantly impressed.
You still left feeling happy about it.
Exactly. Next up is the cookie. So these ones to me are the Hallmark films that are they're mediocre. All right. They weren't great. However, they weren't terrible. So these are the ones you have it in the background while you're making Christmas cookies or decorating or getting ready for the holiday season. Their only offense is that they were boring. And this one with a really grumpy face, these are the bad ones. These were just no, sir. This was terrible. I can't believe I invested time into this. And last one is trash.
Trash!
It's even worse. They were so bad, they were trash worthy.
Yes.
At least even in this category of the angry one, at least maybe there was 1 or 2 redeeming things. Maybe we watched it for a particular actor or something,
Yes.
But there was at least something that it's like, okay. But this was trash, waste our time. Trash. All right.
Okay.
Shall we get into
going?
it?
Yes, I'm ready.
So the first one is, just because I added it last second, was the Private Princess Christmas. And I believe Kendra was the only one who watched this one.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch the whole thing, so I'm sorry to say that.
So where's it going, Kendra?
Well, okay, so I want to give it an A for effort, and like I was saying to you earlier, I watched it for Erica Durance because she's in this. Just as like a little brief kind of thing, like it's kind of like a Princess Diaries meets Cadet Kelly sort of thing, where this gal's like not betrothed, whatever the word is. She's like the next in line to be queen, but she's, you know, a typical Gen Zer, so she wants nothing to do with the responsibilities, and she just wants to have fun and spend time with her mom, and her mom's all about like duty above family, and so she's wanting to have like a special Christmas, and her mom's like really serious about it. That being said, I think obviously it's supposed to be like the royal family, but Erica Durance, even though she's from Calgary, had probably the best British accent out of all of them. Everybody else's accents were god awful. So to answer your question, I think I'm going to put this in the red tier.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not quite trash.
Not quite trash, yes. I was hoping for more because Erica Durance was in it, but I'm also not going to put all the blame on her because I feel like it was just not a story that worked.
That is fair. That is fair. Next up, we have Hot and Frosty.
Oh, here we go.
Obviously, if you guys watched our podcast through month of December, we've already, did a pretty hefty review on it, so we're good on that. So this one will definitely be a bit of a debate. For me, I would put it in the Christmas tree tier. Like, I generally had a lot of fun watching this, but what are your thoughts?
I went into this movie really not liking it, but then it had some moments throughout where I went from hating it to accepting it, I think. So again, I don't know if I would put it in the cookie tier, but I think I might have to put it in the red tier as well. For me.
Well, let's meet in the middle and we'll put in the cookie tier.
Okay, sure.
Because, I think I said this too. I think a lot of my enjoyment was because of other people, and we were, it was like a game. Mm-hmm. So in a way that is kind of like, we were doing something else to entertain ourselves.
True. Yeah. So that makes sense.
I'm good with leaving it in the cookie tier.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Sweet. Okay. Next up is Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story.
Here we go. Okay.
Once again, we covered this one already, so
yes.
Watch our video on that. Well, for me, for sure, it's definitely not trash or the red tier. That's for sure. It's definitely not, and I guess to be fair, to me, it's not rising star quality, and it's obviously not a dark horse pick for either one.
I think my gut wants to put it in the Christmas tree section because it was still like of the spirit of Christmas.
Honestly, I'm cool with that.
Okay, cool. Because
I said, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I did enjoy myself watching
it. It was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would I watch it maybe every Christmas? Maybe not, but like, if it's on TV, hell yeah, I'll watch it.
And considering it was supposed to be of like that whole like, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce universe,
right? Didn't do too shabby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next up is Sugar Plumbed. So this was one of the ones that I watched last minute. I literally texted Kendra and I was like, hey, so it's a good thing I'm watching these today because they're leaving demand today. I couldn't have done it any more last minute.
To the wire. Okay, give me like your short, brief review of it. Because I know I kind of covered it, I think, a little bit in one of our episodes, but I would like to know what you thought.
I actually really liked it.
Okay,
I thought it was really funny. That whole intro scene where they're like, it was literally a Hallmark ad.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And like, I just liked how they like tease like, oh, these little rules and stuff. And then, in the end, they're just like, hey, it's all about just living a good life. Like, if you try to fixate too much on these rules, like, it kind of almost cost her family. So, I actually had a really good time with it. I thought it was super sweet. I thought the actress who played Sugar Plum was, like, really good.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Excellent. Yeah, I laughed so hard when she had the one, like, rule in her book that was like, what did she say? Flannel's like an aphrodisiac. That made me laugh.
Right, and it was so funny how, like, the start of the film, our main character was, like, not for it, but then she saw how well the rules were doing, and then she, like, was kind of intoxicated by it, because she was just like, like, yeah, of course. But then she like was one who went overboard, and then Sugar Plum was like, maybe you should reel it back, actually.
Yeah.
So I loved that like change. It was I really liked it.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm glad.
So I don't know. For me, is it too early to put that one on the Shining Star tier, or like I definitely feel Christmas Tree for sure.
I think so too. I think we should put it there.
You think Christmas Tree? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the order doesn't matter, people. We should have said that. Order doesn't matter. We're just gonna put them in the tiers.
Yeah.
Because we'll be here all day. Okay, so Mistletoe Murders. Did you end up watching any of them, or no?
I did not. No.
Okay.
That's all you.
I will say, I know exactly where this is going for me. Right? It is my dark horse pick.
Ooh.
Honestly, I went in, because again, when we reviewed all the Hallmark films, and this wasn't on here. It was actually part of, like, Hallmark did 3 different Christmas series. Like, this was like a TV series.
Yeah, because what was the other one? Holidazed?
Holidazed and, well, I guess technically Finding Mr. Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like, they had way more, like, this was, like, kind of the first year they've had, like, a Christmas series. Granted, I think the Mistletoe Murders, to me, were just movies broken up into 2 episode segments.
Okay.
But yeah, considering I knew nothing about it, and then I was just like, oh, murder? Okay. It was actually really good. It's actually based on an audiobook series.
Oh.
And it definitely left it on a cliffhanger, so I'm hopeful that they'll get a season 2.
All right.
But yeah, also Tom Welling, or not Tom Welling, oh my god, I'm blanking. Our guy, Wells, he's in the last episode.
Oh, Tom Cavanaugh?
Yeah.
What? No way.
I know. Well, I always feel really weird. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, and my mom will be like, who are you? What is happening right now? Like, anyone from the CW, I'm always like, oh.
I know.
Like, are you okay? I'm like, of course I'm okay. So yeah, I think for sure that is my dark horse pick.
All right, cool. We got our first dark horse, everyone.
It was beautiful. Okay, and speaking of TV series, next up is Finding Mr. Christmas.
Finding Mr. Christmas.
So I'm just gonna place it if that's okay.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if you guys don't know what this is, where have you been? What hole have you been living under? And go back and watch literally every episode from this past month, because we've literally been following along with this show and reviewing it, and it's just the best. It was like exactly what we needed, and I'm so glad there's gonna be a season 2. You guys already know that it's happening.
Funny when we were talking about, like, we have to, like, again, we record these kind of like sometimes a week or 2 weeks or even longer, you know,
in advance.
And literally we were talking about how we hope there was a season 2. I don't know, was it the next day or 2 days later after we recorded?
Like
he announced it.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Hilarious. But yeah, everything you said times 2. Like,
hell yeah.
100% agree.
It's the sweetest thing. And for those people who love the trash TV but want something more wholesome, or don't love trash TV and just want something wholesome, it's the best. So highly recommend it.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yay, Jonathan Bennett.
Okay, so next up is Confessions of a Christmas Letter. Did you end up watching this one?
I did not.
Okay, so this one's a me one. I don't remember if I've talked about it, but I remember when we did our review, I said this one was a pass for me.
Okay.
And I literally I actually had it on the background making dinner, and they made this reference to Misery, and I was like, excuse me? So then I was like, okay, so I stopped and I decided to watch it in full. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
I would have said when I started watching it, it was almost going to be my dark horse pick, but the ending felt a little like I think it fell flat a little bit in the ending for me personally.
Okay.
But yeah, it's such a funny story about how I think again, this idea of like the whole idea is like there's this Christmas letter competition, and I guess in their like community, and whoever does the best gets it hung up on the wall in the post office, which good for that post office for having that kind of business. Mostly you just be using it for sending packages, but good on you, post office. But yeah, it was like this really nice, beautiful message about how, you know, this woman, the main character, she really wants to have the perfect Christmas. So she's like, if I win the Christmas letter, and they do these really fun shots where people are writing their Christmas letters and they're just like, wow, this year I did so much. I improved myself and did all this. And then it cuts to clearly like not that, you know?
Okay.
So this
yeah.
idea of that, you know, you know, we're trying to always like not show off, but be like, yes, I'm doing really well. Again, like you think of an Instagram where you're posting and you're like, yeah, I'm doing amazing and I'm doing this. When it's like, maybe that's not the reality. And you know what? And that's okay. And they found they had their perfect Christmas by just being themselves.
Aw.
Right? So, where would I place this? I think I'll put it in the tree tier. I'll put it in the tree tier. I won't lie though, like it could almost like the ending was a little lackluster, like it almost put it down to the cookie cheer. But I feel like there was enough funny scenes and moments that I would like that if it came on TV, I would actually want to sit and rewatch it again. Ooh. All right. Our little secret.
Our little secret.
Can you secret? Can you keep it? Sorry, I'm just Pretty Little Liars. Anyone from that cast, I'm just like singing that theme song all day, every day. Catchy fucking theme song.
Hell yeah.
All right, our little Christmas our little secret, Jesus Murphy,
starring our girl Lindsay Lohan,
and our creepy man Ian. I already forgot his last name. He played a teacher who married a 16-year-old. Or sorry, she was of age at the time, but they were dating when they were 16. In the show. Sorry, I should clarify. In the show.
Yeah,
I'm sure this man's very lovely, but to me, he has been poisoned. He's been tainted. No more. This is hard.
This is hard. Because I would say, personally, like, when I think of the Christmas tree tier that we have, I'm thinking that it still holds the Christmas spirit, but it wasn't like, wow, kind of thing, right? And to me, Our Little Secret didn't feel like a Christmas movie so much.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I could put it in the Christmas tree tier. Because it was still a good movie. Like, it was fun. Like, it definitely had its, flaws that we voiced.
Right.
But I don't know. This one's stumping.
Right. I'd be okay putting in the Christmas tree tier just because, again, to me, Yellow is like, it was so vanilla. You know what I mean? And to me, it wasn't a vanilla. Like, you're right. It was a good film. It wasn't like, oozing Christmas, but
no, but it was good. And I also, when I see the cookie tier, I think that if it's a movie I can put on in the background while I'm baking cookies, if I tune in every now and then, I'm not missing much. Whereas I feel like with this one, you do have to watch to kind of like get some of the humor and the jokes and the antics that happen. So, okay, yeah. So maybe then we will put it in the Christmas tree tier.
Punch my mic. Pew! Beautiful. Man, no one's going to reach that star tier. No one's going to reach it.
Nope. Jonathan holds the star tier.
He does. Okay, a 90s Christmas.
All right, 90s Christmas.
And like I said to Kendra, I thought it was really funny that they still use the same actor of Next on Christmas. This man is just stuck playing Christmas time travel film.
Yep.
Sorry, my guys. Sorry. This is tough. So, sorry, I don't think we talked about it on the pod, but a very brief synopsis is you have our main character. She was working at in law, but as a divorce lawyer. Yeah. And she gets like her, I don't know, the equivalent of promotion, whatever she was working for, big job promotion. I don't know what the fuck it was. But then she gets in this taxi and then is taken back to the 90s, which I think she said it was their first Christmas without their dad.
Yeah.
And so the movie's actually a lot about grief. So that took me back a little bit. Yeah. I think I remember when we reviewed it, we were like, oh my God, 90s shenanigans, let's go.
Yeah.
And it definitely wasn't that. So I'm not going to lie. Watching it at first, I kind of was taken aback. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, was terrible?
Right?
Like, I liked a lot of the messages they had in it. And like, I feel like any of like, I don't know. I think as we said, Hallmark doesn't have a very deep storytelling. And even though it's still kind of a little surface level, I still thought they treated a lot of topics about that like really well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which was surprising to me.
And I thought too, like, I was also curious to know like what they were gonna do like for the time travel aspect of like what are they gonna do to make it look like the 90s? And I thought that they did a pretty decent job. Like they didn't go over the top with like all the nostalgia, but they did like put enough in there that it felt like it was like, oh yeah, that's like that was my room in the 90s kind of thing, right? Like
I also like how so next up Christmas they were like, yeah, it's a Christmas train with the Back to the Future people. And in this one they're like, we're going to take the picture from Back to the Future and do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, sorry, I know for her it was her acceptance letter or whatever to her big job thing, but it was just really funny to me. I was just like, okay, cool beans.
Yeah. But it was cool how they kind of like tied that in, so she had to figure out like what it was that she was doing that was like erasing the timeline, like and how she could get it back.
But did she want it back though?
Dun, yes, dun, exactly. Dun. That was the twist.
Twist. After saying all that though, I don't know if I could put in the Christmas tree tier.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We could put in the cookie tier.
Okay, cool. Because again, like it wasn't bad, and like I said, I was just surprised like how much it actually dealt with grief. I just, again, if it was on TV while I'm doing stuff, yeah, I'd leave it on. But would I? Again, to me, the Christmas tree tier, these are films I'd still also consider watching again.
Yeah,
and I just don't know if I'd consider watching it again.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. Ooh, next up, Finish Line.
I never got around to watching this one. Yeah.
Not a typo. There are two ends, but it's not a typo.
Yeah.
I'm sad you didn't watch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's doggies, so like already I was like 10 out of 10.
Right.
Like, you can go on the star tier for having dogs.
Right.
But yeah, it's this story of this girl who goes to
Finland.
Yes. To do a iconic sled dog race that her dad did years and years ago before she was born. And unfortunately, he passed away before he could complete it, so she's taking up the doggy reins to do it. And honestly, like, I had such a great time. I thought this was great.
Nice.
I also just love because there was one of the racers was a rival back from like her dad's days.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like the rudest, meanest character, but like she met his energy and I loved it so much.
Nice.
He tried to be like, oh, women do this. And she's like, actually, we're pretty fucking great. And I was like,
yes.
Ah! I was like, damn girl.
Awesome. Well, if it's on next year, I'll have to watch it.
I think you should. I think you'll have a good time.
Excellent.
There's also a hilarious romance between her friend and her cousin.
Oh, really?
It's so sweet. It's so funny.
Nice.
It's definitely Christmas tier worthy. I don't know if I put it at the star.
All right.
So you can go right there, Finish Line.
Perfect.
Yay! Oof. Okay. Leah's perfect Christmas gift? Trash.
Trash.
It's trash. I watched 10 minutes and I was so angry I had to switch the channel.
Oh my god.
It was So basically Leah is Jewish but she has an obsession. She loves the idea of Christmas. And so this boyfriend that she's dating, there's a scene where at the beginning of the movie where they're going to meet his sister for the first time and they're talking and then he just goes, hey, like maybe, like we're going to go see your family or, for some Hanukkah celebrations, but maybe you can come meet my parents. And it's a big deal because she hasn't met his parents yet. But then both him and the sister kind of, you tell right away, there's some weird vibes about they don't really want to go home. They don't want to be with their family.
Okay.
And you want to know why? Because their mom is insane. She is like so particular about Christmas and she has a certain way. And it just made me so mad. I was like, why didn't the boyfriend just tell her this?
Yeah.
And then the scene that just, oh my God, it just tipped me over the top. Was like, again, Leah loves Christmas, but she's clearly a very caring person. And so she hasn't met her boyfriend's mom, and so she gifts. They're doing tree decorating because Leah she loves she gets to do all these Christmas activities, but the mom has everything planned like to the wire. She's crazy, and she goes out of her way and she finds this gift that it's a Christmas ornament, but it's a living terrarium.
Oh.
And I was like, that's so cool because she's like, hey, your son told me how much you love gardening. So I got you this because I know you love Christmas. And it's like a living, garden that you don't have to do much maintaining and on your tree. And I was like, that is incredibly thoughtful. And the mom's just kind of like, it doesn't go with the feng shui of my tree. So I'm not going to hang it up. And I was like, what the fuck? So of course, Leah is feeling down about herself. And she goes, oh, like, did I mess up the gift? And her fucking boyfriend had the audacity to be like, no, babe, it was a great gift. I was like, why are you gaslighting her? Why are you just tell her that your fucking mom is crazy? Like, I had to turn it off. I was like, this trash, fucking go in the trash. I don't want this. No. I was like, don't fucking gaslight this poor woman. It was she really wants to be part of Christmas. Your mom's just crazy. And I'm sure maybe there was something about them like fixing it. I don't know. But I turned it off. It was fucking trash. So, people, this is your PSA. If you ever see it, just turn off your TV. Don't do it.
All right.
Not worth your time.
Noted.
Oh, anyways, we're on to Christmas Quest.
There we go. Woo!
Lacey Chabert, Christmas Quest.
Okay.
All right, so this is one we've already covered before.
Yes. I'd be okay with putting it in the cookie tier list.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think there's some gorgeous scenery, because they get to go to Iceland. There's all the stuff. But yeah, that ending kind of was just like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a little lackluster. Though you could tell throughout the whole movie that they were having so much fun filming this movie.
Oh, God, I bet. They probably went to Iceland.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lacey Chabert. She gets what she wants.
Actually, she, during Christmas, because on Sirius XM, they actually had a Hallmark radio channel. And they were playing like Christmas, like real Christmas songs, but then songs from some of the Christmas like Hallmark movies too. And in between, during the commercials, they'd have like Hallmark stars. So Jonathan Bennett would come on and talk, and she came on and talk. And yeah, she was like, yeah, we actually got to go to Iceland, and I've never been before. And it was my first time, and it was just amazing. It was so much fun. I was like, hell yeah, Lacey.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Next one. Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
Obviously, if you just saw our finale, you already know all about it. This was the, final product from Finding Mr. Christmas.
Yeah, this was the winner of Finding Mr. Christmas, his debut.
The show, fantastic. This movie, not so much.
No.
I'm almost debating, it feels too mean, but I kind of want to put it in the red tier.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool. Like, I'm sorry, Ezra. Again, we share all our thoughts about it, but yeah. I don't see myself ever watching this film.
It's the same thing. I feel the same thing as I did for The Private Princess Christmas. I watched it for Erica. I watched this one for Ezra. I thought they both did really good. I'm not putting the blame on them. I put the blame on the story. I feel like the story was very weak, and it didn't grab me, and yeah.
It hurt our necks. The whiplash we experienced during that film, it hurt our necks.
Yeah, the physiotherapy I had to go through after watching that movie.
Right? Ooh, okay, Santa Claus.
Oh.
Because you watched this one too, right?
I did, yep.
I literally watched it last night.
Hell yeah.
And I had a really good time with it.
Me too. I wasn't too sure what it was going to be about. I had no expectations going into it. It was a little slow at first. But I felt like the end really like picked up, and I was like after the ending scene and stuff like that, or just after it finished, I was like, oh, that was a really cute story. Like, I like how they did that.
I loved all the Santas. Hippie Santa, old man Santa,
the puppet Santa,
and I love Santa. Did you want to be Mrs. Claus? No, my mom's like, whoever I want. I was like,
right.
I was like, Gretchen, you're my favorite character.
It was giving me, it gave me the same vibe as like Community, where it was like this like mismatched group of people coming together to do this, and they were just all really wacky, and I love that what's his face from Three Wiser Men and a Boy was in it, playing himself.
I know. And then at the end, what do you mean Andrew Walker got the part?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So many good jokes. Yeah, it was really good.
Maybe I'm crazy. I would consider putting it in star tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What a treat.
It was good. Yep.
I like how they almost ran over Santa.
Right?
What a good time. Ooh, the Holiday Spectacular. Now, granted, this was like, I felt weird. I wasn't sure about including this just because it's not like most of the ones we've reviewed are new, but I was also just kind of like, fuck it. It was new to me this year, so I don't give a shit.
Right? Well, I'm pretty sure the Northern Lights of Christmas was not a new one this year, too, so.
Nah.
It's fine.
They were included. But yeah, we talked it all about our episode. Kendra had seen it years before me, and I was slow on the ball. But I would consider putting it in Christmas tree tier.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good with that?
Yep.
Boing! Such a lovely film.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna watch that one, the other one she was in this year, but the Christmas duet or whatever. But I just
A Carol for Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get into it, and it was I couldn't get into it.
Damn, should have put it in the trash. Damn, Kendra, add it to the trash pile.
It wasn't noteworthy.
Ooh, even worse, you can't even be on the tier list.
Nope.
Ooh, Christmas Charade.
A Christmas Charade.
So once again, this is one of the ones we kind of went in depth at the beginning, so please look at the review.
It was one of the first ones we covered.
Right. For me, it's definitely going in cookie tier.
I would agree.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely on par with Christmas Quest. It was a lot of fun. You can tell they had a lot of fun doing it, and I like that they tried to venture out from their typical like Hallmark formula, and they did, something National Treasure inspired and something a little more like espionage inspired.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But obviously with this one, the action part was a little lackluster, being that it's about spies. So that if they had added more action, it probably would have bumped up in the tier list, I think, for me.
I agree. Ooh, okay, Jingle Bell Run. I was gonna say
Jingle
ball.
Bell Run.
Ball. Yes, the Amazing Race inspired one. So I'm not gonna lie, I had a hoot.
Hell yeah.
Loved it.
Yes.
I love down to like if you watch Amazing Race, they have like their branded envelopes. These guys had it.
Yep.
Like they had little plane sequences. I was just like, I'm sold.
Hell yeah.
And again, maybe just because I just watched it. But I would consider putting it in star tier just because of the production value of it.
Agreed. Yep.
I will say the ending was a little funny to me just because there's this whole thing where I was a little confused because I thought I don't know how his agent got on the show. And it looked like he was working on the show too. Don't know how that played out. That was a little weird, but
yeah.
I just liked how he was like, hey, you should like bump up the romance. And then when he was like, you should seal it with a kiss or whatever, or confess your feelings, and the main character kind of finds out, he goes, was it all like pretend?
And
then basically he like cries to his agent, and his agent had to go up to her and was like, hey, I'm sorry.
It was my fault.
I was like, that's a little pathetic, but whatever. It still made me laugh. Ooh, okay, Holiday Mismatch.
Holiday Mismatch.
The story of two opposites dating and their moms, who are the Sabrina teenage
moms.
twins.
Yeah.
I
think this is Christmas tree worthy.
Oh.
I really liked it. I know that you watched it during your party, and I think you said it didn't quite hit with everyone as much.
No, I actually watched this after the party.
Oh, you watched it after. Okay.
Yeah. I just found it a little boring.
Did you find it boring? Okay.
I found it boring, which is really unfortunate because I was like really pumped for it.
Aw.
So I know for me, I was going to maybe put in the cookie tier.
Okay.
For me personally. But you say Christmas tree tier?
I can settle with it being in the cookie tier.
Okay.
Because it did feel long, but I did like the story. I thought it was funny and sweet.
Yeah, there's just some parts that I was just kind of like...
Okay. Fair enough.
Which was sad. I guess I was expecting more hijinks, and there was a lot less that I was hoping for.
That's fair.
Ooh, the Northern Lights of Christmas. So this is all you, girl.
All right.
Gotta place this on the tier list.
This one I will probably put in. I think I'll put it in the cookie tier list because I don't know if it's one I'll rewatch again.
Valid.
But it's definitely one that if it's on TV and I'm doing something, I'd probably keep it on.
Oh, Saint Nick's trivia. I can't remember. We maybe talked about it a little bit, but I know originally we both passed on this, and we both miraculously actually ended up watching it around the same week, which was kind of funny. I almost want to put it in the red tier.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I love the romance with her mom and the professor.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the main character is not terrible. The story is not awful, but I don't like. She really brought down the whole film.
The first, 2 minutes of her, I was like, I can't. Turning it off.
And it was like, oh, nope.
Nope. Can't handle it.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Which is too bad because I would have considered putting it in cookie tier, but I was like, I don't know if I'd ever really want to watch that again.
Yeah.
Ooh, 5-Year Christmas Party. Okay, did you end up watching this one?
I did not.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Which was really sad. Again, we talked about how much we just wanted to watch it for Jordan Fisher. Again, full disclosure. But yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I didn't mind the message they had, like they were trying to do, but I didn't like the execution, I think was my problem.
Okay.
So I think, unfortunately, that really hurts. I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry. I don't want to put you there, okay? I'm sorry.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't you. And the other actress from the murder show. It's not your guys' fault. It was just weird. I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Okay. 3 Wiser Men and a Boy.
3 Wiser Men and a Boy. This one is just, I mean, what can we say about this? It's an amazing movie.
Right. We already talked about it, so we don't have to.
The fact that they made a sequel, I don't know. Would this be considered the first sequel for Hallmark movies?
No.
Okay.
9 Lives got a sequel.
Okay.
Which wasn't as good. So I am happy this one's better. I still think the first one's funnier, but still had a good time with this one as always. Definitely. So that's why I don't know if I can put it in star tier, because I think I still prefer the first one, but this one definitely can go to Christmas tree for me.
Sure. Okay.
Booyah. Booyah. Ugh. And Merry Measure, we're just gonna put you, right in the red tier. You're not quite trash. You're not quite trash like Leah's Perfect Christmas Gift, but
you're not better than Hot Frosty.
No, you are certainly not. You are not. Next, To Have and To Holiday. Did you end up watching this one?
No.
No? Darn. All right, me again. Well, sorry. You know where you belong. The first 10 minutes are like pure chaotic goodness, and then the movie just dips after that.
Oh.
But I mean, it's really hard to get behind the idea of maybe just because I'm old. Maybe I think I'm just old. I think that's the issue. This guy, dead ass. Okay, so they've been dating for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, they do this weird thing, the opening where they're having this really quick Christmas. And then he goes, you know what? I don't have to go see my family for Christmas. I'll come see your family. Never met them before. I'm like, okay. She gives her family no warning. And then they're talking about, because he is a priest and he works in the small town, and he works at this church that she's like, it's so amazing. I wish to get married there one day, but it's falling apart. So what does this boy do? You guessed it. He went on one knee and was like, well, let's get married right now. And in 2 weeks or whatever, or 3 weeks or whatever, while we're here visiting your family for Christmas. I was like, what? Fucking insanity. And of course, the whole time they're trying to be to the father, the priest, they're like, well, you're being crazy. I'm like, is he though? I don't know. I'm kind of on his team right now. There's other things I don't like about him for sure, but I'm kind of on his team. I'm just like, girl, you don't have to get married just because of location.
Yeah.
Girly pop. And yeah, the movie gets really boring, and I was like, ugh. So I was like,
Ugh.
yeah, this is a never again. It could almost go into the trash. It could almost, but it didn't infuriate me. That's what the
Okay.
trash is. The trash
Yeah.
is the infuriating ones.
Infuriate. Yeah.
This one was just bad. I'm just like, yeah, I'm never watching it again. That's that.
All right.
Ooh, Santa. I think I know where this is going.
Well, this one is my dark horse.
That's what I. Honestly, if you weren't gonna say it was a dark horse, I was gonna put it in star tier.
Okay.
What a crazy, crazy film.
Right?
I will like, and again, maybe this one and even Santa Claus. Like, I think these are the few. And again, we obviously didn't watch every Hallmark film on the list this year, but to me, these are the ones that had like the cliches, like Santa, and like Christmas magic in that sense. Like, yeah, there's a couple other ones that have like magic, but like Santa magic specifically. I know it doesn't seem like there's a difference, but there is, people.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, there is.
And this one was just full of it, and it was great.
Right? Considering we both passed on it when we did our original checklist for this. And it was on, like, there was a trailer for it, actually. And I saw a little bit of the trailer, and I was like, you know what? This trailer actually looks kind of good. I think I might record it. And so I recorded it, watched it, loved it. And then I ended up watching it again because I showed it to my mom.
Damn.
Yeah. And she loved it too.
Damn. Honestly, like, I hope that if me and the girls do, because sometimes they'll have Christmas in July or wherever, that I might try to get them to watch that.
Yeah.
That is the hope. That is the dream.
Excellent.
The cork in the eye, I was like, I think it was because it was like an intrusive thought I had. Like, he's like, oh, let me just dip you or whatever. And she has the bottle. And I was like, God, wouldn't it be great if that hit him in the fucking eye? And when it happened, I shit you not, I was like,
I wish I was there to see that.
I was like, 10 out of 10, best film ever.
Right?
But yes, that is our beautiful tier list.
Here we go. Yay.
It was a lot of fun.
It was, yes.
So, I mean, not as much trash as I thought. I think I won't lie. I just made that for Leah's perfect Christmas gift. I was like, this is trash. Here you go. But, I mean, there's still a lot of good ones. I mean, comparing to our list, like, there really wasn't as many bad ones that we watched. So.
No, and like we said, like, out of all the ones we reviewed and watched, like, I don't know, I felt like last year there were some good ones, but I don't know, I felt like there was so many good ones. Like, last year, there's only maybe, like, a couple I can think of off the top of my head that I was like, yes, those were really good. Like, Santa Summit and Catch Me If You Claus. Those were the two that really stood out to me last year. But, like, there's so many good ones this year.
I agree. I feel like there was more jemmies this year. But, I mean, honestly, like, this was fun. Well, I think we should do it again for next year.
Right? Me too.
Or, I guess, later this year.
Next
no, it would be next year, because, listen, people, we're not going to have that. I think we're going to be, as I just said, I watched 4 of these. Like, last 2 days. So, like, yeah. Like, we're going to be lucky if I got my shit together. And I mean, again, it's funny to me because there's quite a few that I watched in the last 4 days and they're like top tier.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if we did the list, and I guess that's the thing. Like, maybe if we did it earlier versus later, maybe there will be different ones up top. Yeah. You know? So, but I feel really good though. I feel good about these standings.
Me too.
Hell yeah. Oh, scratch my nosy. But yeah, Cinema Peeps, thank you so much. This is our beautiful wrap up to our Hallmark Christmas era, but also the start to the new year.
Yay!
We hope you enjoyed it. We promise we're gonna slow down on Christmas talk, and we're gonna have something. Yeah. We're gonna basically do a 180. I think maybe next week or the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that.
It's gonna go from Christmas to Dexter.
That's right, Original Sin, baby.
Woot.
But yeah, we will zip our lips for now.
Yep.
But thank you. But again, thank you so much for watching. Consider leaving us a little like-see. Do you agree with our tier list? Are there ones that you really enjoy this year, or maybe not so much? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yes.
And consider subscribing to Two Pretty Cool Gals, in my opinion. But that's all from us, guys. Watch all the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Thanks.